Hello, everyone. My name is Adam Pohl. So happy to have you with us for our first Mount Athletics podcast of this 25-26 athletic season. We've got a lot for you upcoming here in the next 20 or so minutes, including a look at what has been happening so far on the field for Mount Athletics with Sports Information's Matt McCann. But first, we're going to talk to the women's soccer head coach, Liis Abbott. Her Mountaineers dented this netting 3 times in the first half in a 3-0 win over St. Peter's this weekend. Our conversation with Liis is coming up next. Welcome back to our Mount Athletics podcast. My name is Adam Pohl, and we're so happy to have with us our first guest of the year. Are you feeling the pressure, Liis?
Oh, so much pressure.
It's Liis Abbott, who is our new women's soccer coach, and obviously we're already underway, well underway. Liis, how are you feeling so far? This season, you just had a big win in your first conference game against St. Peter's here at home.
Yeah, feeling great. I think the girls are developing really fast, so we're very happy with what the team is doing. And this was the first game where for 45 minutes we were us on the field, so it was great to see. They
got out to a 3-0 lead in the first half, and you really employed a very aggressive style. Tell us about that, because I know that you want that to become really the microcosm of what your program is all about here at the Mount.
Yeah, I think the best part of our team right now is that we're really going for it. It doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter the circumstances. We have a clear identity, and that is we're aggressive with everyone. We're going after them. We're attacking. We're keeping the ball. We're the the one that dominates the possession on the field. So, yeah, it was cool to see it on the field for 45 minutes.
So now, obviously, I know you're pushing to try to gain that identity for that full 90, obviously. But you are entering conference play. You had a very, very tough non-conference as far as the competition you played, but you did get some wins here at home against Shepherd, Delaware State, and the like. Who are a few of the players for Mount fans that have really stood out for you?
Ooh, I think the whole front line is the first thing with Erin, Taylor, Joe, but also Cass and Josie. So there's 5 players there that we can interchange and use anytime we need, because they're all great players, and they really embrace the fact that you can go for it, and you can take shots, you can be attacking minded, you can be creative. So that's been cool to see them kind of come out of their shells and embrace who they are, because that was our job when we came here. Let the kids bring out their best strengths and actually believe in themselves. And I think you can see it on the field because we've had so many different people scoring.
I'm going to steal that phrase, embrace, because this Mount community, I feel like, has really embraced you, Liis, and your program. In fact, at your first home game, more than 10% of the student body was in attendance. That's an insane number, and you guys obviously were able to provide a big win in that game.
Yeah, I think that was one of the reasons that I chose to come to Mount, because when I visited, it seemed like a very close community where you have a lot of support around the program, around the athletics. Having the stadium packed when we're really trying to make this our home field, truly home field, which means we're going to fight here. Anyone who comes here, it's not easy to win here. So that really helps, and having people behind it. No, it's awesome.
I know you were a part of building something big at Maine. So are you seeing some similarities from the beginning of that process to where you want to go?
Yeah, so that was another reason why I came to Mount, because I saw the similarities between this place and what we had in Maine. In Maine, we were able to, take a team that's not supposed to win to a 2 conference championships. So when I came, I was like, okay, I need people to buy into it here so we can do the same thing here. And I think we're way ahead from what I thought we're going to be right now. And the development from the girls, I'm so proud of the team because they believe in us. They trust us. They've really bought into it even when the season maybe didn't start when you look at the stats, when you look at the results in a way where, this team is going to kill it by the end of the year. But they're believing in it, and I couldn't ask more from them. We're way ahead from what I thought we're going to be in this moment of time. So that's awesome for someone, coming into a new place and hoping it's going to go in a way where everyone believes in you right away.
Liis is from Estonia. Could you imagine this life, this career growing up? I mean, it really is remarkable what you've had in this world of soccer.
Yeah, no, I didn't. So I actually started playing soccer seriously really, really late in life. So I was 15, almost 16 when I really got into the competitive part of it. And then I quickly was able to, luckily, get into a national team, play for the women's national team. And our women's national team coach was actually the one who was like, why do you guys not want more with soccer? Because if you're in Estonia, you didn't really know there's opportunities like this. And he was the one who pushed me to kind of go this route, and it's the best decision of my life.
That is wonderful. Liis, congrats.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the Mount, of course, and we wish
Thank
you
you.
the best in what is going to be an incredible conference season.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That's Liis Abbott. We're going to take a quick break, and we return with more of our Mount Athletics podcast right after this. We welcome you back here to our Mount Athletics podcast. My name is Adam Pohl, joined by Matt McCann here of Sports Information. As we take a look, I know we talk, there's so many sports in the spring. Basketball is such a huge focus, of course, in the winter. But there is a fall season of sports here at the Mount. We just had a great conversation with Liis Abbott, who's off to an exciting start here in her first year heading up the Mount women's soccer program. But let's take a look around all of the athletics here at Mount St. Mary's and how they have started this year here in the fall season. And let's start with women's soccer because obviously they had some big wins in the non-conference. But this game this weekend on Saturday was by far the game they were pinpointing, shooting for at home against St. Peter's. What could they do at home? And it could not have gotten off to a better start.
Definitely not. They had a really good first half when you talk about Gama Frere getting on the action, normally playing in the midfield, taking that shot in open space. Then you just follow it up with Joelle hitting her shot, getting almost lucky pass from a St. Peter's defender, and then Lily Young with the header that ended up being the game winner. They're still looking, I think, to play that full 90 minutes, as Liis talked about, but it was by far their most complete performance of the season.
The Mount winning 3-2 over St. Peter's. They will be on the road at Quinnipiac on Saturday. Another challenge. Quinnipiac, usually one of the better teams in the MAC. Can the Mount go on the road and get a result there? How about women's rugby? It's not too often that here at the Mount we're beating up on Penn State, but that was the case this weekend.
It's been a culmination of a full season turnaround for women's rugby, who struggled in the 15s last year.
Yes.
They got off to the great start. They put up 55 points on the upstart LaSalle team that's in their first season. Then to come back home, play Sacred Heart. That was a team that beat them by 50 in their most recent meeting, and to come away with a tie. And then you go with the Penn State, get the victory there. Players like Neely Dellinger, Coda Hall, Shania Myers making the kicks, all-around contribution from that first team of rugby. And it's just been amazing to see the transformation. They're really a last 2-minute try away from being a 3-0 team, but 2-0-1. Coach Maggie Miles and the crew have to be very happy with that.
That is fantastic. Of course, from the field, we now head into the pool. It's been a very busy start for men's water polo. They've taken the longest trip for a Mount Athletics team so far this year, and I know just came off of a very good weekend at Navy.
They've had some very positive results, some tough schedules as well. I mean, with Navy being as good of a team as they are, really, they almost came away with a 3-1 weekend. A double overtime loss, maybe triple actually, might have been against MIT and our former head coach, Alyssa Dicana. But Justin Vink and the crew doing very, very well, getting wins with Salem and Connecticut College over the weekend. We got to go back to the goaltending play. Sharif Hosni has won a weekly award with the Water Polo Conference. And just the play up the middle with Chris Valvanis, Alex Belisis, who's played in and out of the lineup, players like Aaron Tarr. It's more of a veteran crew now for Coach Vink and his team, and you're seeing some of the fruits of that coming up.
And then, of course, men's soccer. I feel like men's soccer, they're about to get into their conference play, and it is so exciting what they've been able to do in the non-conference. An outstanding comeback to get a tie at Navy, and that was just the beginning of it because they've taken on some nationally ranked teams and had success.
They had. I mean, having Duquesne, who's received votes in the polls, come here and did not let the Duke score. Mount St. Mary's walking away with 0-0. That was a very positive result for them, especially from Julian Marcos' perspective, getting 5 saves. But we also got to look at the up the field play, guys like Jack Kehoe getting the job done. You're seeing Abu Sharif come back in a little bit more, play some more minutes. And really, they've been working through a lot of adversity because really, Coach Teach has not had a steady defensive line. There's been a lot of injuries, issues with that going on. So playing as well and not conceding goals, even with Meyer checking in out of the lineup, Dekute in and out of the lineup. They're plugging in guys, and really that's their mentality, plug and play, and it's working out well so far for men's soccer.
Fans, make sure to go to mountathletics.com to check athletic schedules here at Waldron Family Stadium. Obviously, soccer season in full tilt, and for both the men's and women's teams, this is what it's all about this time of year as we enter conference play. Thanks so much, Matt.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it.
That's Matt McCann. We're going to take another quick break. We'll come back to close up our Mount Athletics podcast right after this. Well, thanks for joining us once again here today for our Mount Athletics podcast. My name is Adam Pohl. We'll see you again next week. Once again, make sure to check mountathletics.com for upcoming athletic events here on the campus of Mount St. Mary's. We hope to see you rooting on our Mountaineers here in the near future. Till next time, go Mount.